Te mandé hasta la foto. No, no la estamos escuchando. Se está sumando la cabeza. No sé por qué estoy tan nerviosa.
Don't be nervous. That's okay.
¿Y nos va a pasar el micrófono?
Hey, it's me, Tony B. We are here at Rainier Avenue Radio at the Columbia City Theater. Special broadcast for you today. We have visitors who are from the ages of 15 to 17 from Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru who will be hosting a special show for you. What they're going to do, I'm not sure, but I'm sure that you are going to find it interesting. This is the only time you're going to hear from me. Other than that, the show will be driven by our students. So I'm just going to get out of the way and turn the microphone over to our host.
Hello everyone, how are you? I'm doing great. Today we're with a group of ODYLP, which is On Demand Youth Leadership Program by the Department of State of Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs. So first off, they're going to be introducing themselves so that we can start this little interview.
Hi everyone, my name is Emilio Ruiz. I'm from Ecuador. I'm an exchange student, and today we will be talking about many interesting topics regarding AI.
Hi everyone, I'm Sofia Ricaurte from Bucaramanga, Colombia, and as Emilio said, we're going to talk about very interesting topics today. I'm 16 years old and I'm really happy to be here.
Okay, so we have so many interesting things to talk about, but the first thing is responsibility in IA. So, Emilio, what do you have to say about the responsibility in IA?
Okay, so this topic is a little wide, but let's focus on ethics, the ethical part of AI. So first of all, we need to say that AI involves a balance between some benefits that it has, as well as some considerations that we need to take. So first of all, a key question is accountability. We need to know who's the responsible for AI, for the decisions that are made regarding AI. And this is a very important thing. And besides this, we can talk about privacy. Privacy is like a big topic because it is a significant concern that involves consent, and that has many consequences if it is not treated in a good way, And besides this, there are many ethical questions regarding the use of AI, regarding if it is good or bad to use it. But we need to focus on trying to turn AI into a media through which we can spread fairness and equity in the different aspects that we need to take into consideration. And besides this, also it's important transparency. If we have a transparent AI, then we can build a better world. And finally, sustainability. So, that for the production of AI and everything related to this, there exists an environmental impact. So we can focus on this so that we can get all the benefits of AI and lower the ones that are in benefits regarding AI. So as I told you, the clue is balance. So we need to take advantage of the benefits of AI, but as well as being aware of the consequences if we don't use it correctly. And that's why we need to talk about literacy regarding AI.
I think it is really important also to focus on enhancing AI literacy, not only between youth people, but also between everyone in our community. So first of all, I think it is really important to get everyone involved and to understand how these systems work and how these systems process the data. And that led us to go to the transparency, as Emily was saying, the transparency that these companies have to have. because if they're not transparent about the way that AI processes the data, which is by natural language processing or machine learning, they are not gonna give us the necessary things or terms that we need to know how these systems work. So first of all, these companies need to be transparent, and then we have to let young people and all of the people mainly to know about the way that these systems work, so that in that way we are aware of the things that we have to be um, looking for in these algorithms. Also, it is really important to talk about education and how we teach, especially young people, how to use all of these programs, because they're in constant contact with them. They are always looking for these different digital resources, and in this way they have to know what they're doing. If they don't know what's wrong and what's good in terms of what is plague, what is getting copyrighted, what is doing things that maybe your school doesn't accept, it is really difficult for teens and young youth people to know if they're using these things in a right way. So it is really important for us to educate everyone and educate teachers and educate people that even if they're not in constant contact with these platforms, they have to know and be aware of what is existing right now, what is being used, so that everyone gets to know and everyone knows what is involved in this, involving the ethical part and the policies that this requires. Because it's not only about being aware, it's also about taking action in what we are doing.
Exactly. So, talking about the policies that exist, it must be said that those are very few. But if we really want to change and take advantage of the benefits of AI, we need to focus on education, as Sophia said, on literacy. So that's why I would like to tell you a little bit about NLP and PAR. So first of all, NLP, it's natural language processing, and these can be understood through different terms, such as that there exist diverse components in AI. So AI is composed of many things that once that they are joined, AI functions for the good, obviously. Also, it is the interaction with data, and also it's algorithms at work. It's everything about a group of algorithms that work together so that tasks can be performed. And finally, we need to talk about the complexity. AI is a complex topic, but obviously, if we got literated about it, if we got the knowledge about it, then we can promote a change in society. And besides NLP, natural language processing, we can talk about TOR, that stands for the House of Interactions. So, why is this important regarding AI? There are many reasons, such as that Third, help us understand human knowledge, help us understand all the interactions that exist so that AI can be possible. Also, the communication. You know that there are many algorithms that need to work together and they do need to access communication between them so that AI can be successful. And finally, the processing text and speech. If there are no interactions, then AI cannot be possible. That's it. We think that if we got literated about AI, if we know about this, then we can promote a change. Then we can promote real policies that help us just take like the benefits of AI, and the ones that are in benefits, we just need to forget about them.
Wow, what an interesting topic, right? So today we've talked about, or they talked about, a little bit about responsible AI. So if you have any more questions or anything you would like to tell to these beautiful people right here, you're free to do it. So thank you very much, and that was it.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Huh?
All right. We are going to go to break and then we'll come back with another group of incredible students for you right here on Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Rainier Avenue Radio.
Love food? Here's some storage tips to keep it fresh longer. Store cut fruits and vegetables in the fridge. Place in reusable containers. Keep bread in the freezer for longer storage. 40% of food in the U.S. goes uneaten. Save money, save food, save the planet. Visit Seattle Public Utilities for more tips.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Queen Bree, inviting you to come join me on Clean Greens Living. Broadcasted Tuesdays, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. On Clean Greens Living, we talk farming, community, and ways to being healthy. So come join me and let's discuss ways to create a healthier you and a healthier community.
Hey, this is Paul Pearson. I've hosted the R&B show Star Time since the very beginning of Rainier Avenue Radio, and after years of featuring tracks from the 50s through the 80s, Star Time now plays R&B and hip-hop from the 1990s as well. A whole half-century of soul, funk, hip-hop, and more on Star Time, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Black generational wealth. For a long time, that's been a dream that needs to see reality. For hundreds of years, Black people have been in the United States and have suffered for it. We built this country, but have not yet really seen the dream come alive and what that means for Black people and people of color. This is going to take some time and some work and a lot of sacrifice, but people of color have always done that, and so it won't be any different. You don't need to do it alone, and you don't need to do it alone, because this is a community work project. It's going to take some rigor. It'll take a change in mindset for individuals and the community and the nation at large. This won't be simple, but that's okay. Nothing that's good or worthwhile is ever really simple.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Here with the Rainier Avenue Radio traffic update. You can listen to us in your car 24/7 anytime by downloading the free TuneIn app. Once you do, search Rainier Avenue Radio. And remember, do not curse out your fellow drivers. This has been your Rainier Avenue Radio traffic update.
And you everyone, we are here. Our names are Laura, Dana, Nancy, and myself, Micaela. We are here so excited because we will be presenting a little bit more regarding our experience not only in Seattle, but all about the ODYLP program, which is actually the reason why we are in Seattle in the first place. So I would like to start explaining a little bit more about the ODYLP program, which a part of being an on-demand youth leadership program of 21 days, where the leaders from all around the world get the opportunity to visit the United States. Right now we have the amazing opportunity of being teen leaders 15 to 17 from Peru, Ecuador, and Colombia. and we are here to learn more about digital literacy and, of course, how to make more things in our countries that can support youth literacy, youth education, and most of anything, youth leadership. So I would love to start just presenting the wonderful girls that I have here by my side, starting by Laura, who is just 16 and has already an amazing community all around the world that is called the Impact Community. She's one of the co-founders. So Laura, we would love to hear more from you.
Hi, my name is Laura. I'm from Medellin, Colombia, and I'm currently working in a network that's called Impact the Community. We already have members from all around the world, and what we do is do activities to improve certain fields in different ways. So everyone proposes an activity, and it's done all around the world on the same date.
That's amazing, Laura. However, she's not the only amazing Colombian that we have right now on these chairs. We also have Dana, who is not only one of the greatest Red Cross volunteers from Colombia, but is also a member of the Council of Political Participation. So we would love to hear more from you, Dana.
Hi, my name is Dana. I'm 16 years old and I'm from the city of Cali, Colombia. And yes, currently I'm working in the Council of Political Participation for teenagers and kids in my city. We usually work with the implementation and the actualization from the public policy for teenagers and kids in Cali. And also we work with certain items like education, health, and recreation, but all about the teenagers and the kids.
That is amazing, Dana. Thank you so much for telling us that. And one interesting topic nowadays, sadly, is not talked so much, is STEM. And right now we have an amazing activist regarding STEM. Her name is Nancy. She's from Peru, and she would love to tell us more about her wonderful project.
Okay, well, hi everyone. My name is Nancy, as Michaela told you. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Lima, Peru, and well, basically, my project is to build and extract filament from plastic bottles to construct splints to help more Peruvian people to get access to this important tool. We are focusing in the program popularity, and we are helping with all my team that we are 9 teenagers. Uh, Already 1,000 people in Peru that really need to use the splints because they need to do their daily routine.
That is great. And finally, just giving some words from your host. Hi, everyone. My name is Micaela Rivera Porras. I'm a 15-year-old activist from Peru, and I'm the founder of my own organization for forming leadership of low-income areas and fomenting the education that is called Mipeduca. So now that we know a little bit more about ourselves and, of course, of our projects, it is really important to know how did we actually get to know the ODYLP program? What was our process for finding out more about this opportunity? So if anyone would like to respond, how was this process for you?
Huh?
Let's go, Nancy.
Okay. Well, I knew about this scholarship by TikTok. I saw a video, and it was actually for 2023 the process had two phases. The first one was to complete essays in the web page of the company that it's Legacy International. And then we had, all of us that we are here, we had an interview with a consul of each one country.
That is amazing. And anyone has a different way of getting to know more about this scholarship?
Yeah, for me, it was from an Instagram group. They also have a WhatsApp group, and it's like a network that they work for share opportunities and scholarships for teenagers and from young people. So it's the biggest representation about the youth literacy. So it's like the biggest topic here. So yeah, it was the way that I did it.
That is incredible. And Laura, we would love to know about how was your application process?
So for the application process, as Nancy said, what we had to do was to fill a form with different essays talking about your experience in helping the community, your interests, and what you have done through your life. So we did that, and then we got to do an interview with the embassy of each country, asking us about
our experience as well and what we wanted to do with the digital literacy knowledge that we were gonna have here.
Absolutely. So I think that even though we all had different ways of getting to know about this scholarship, it is so happy to know that we are all here right now. And well, we arrived to Seattle just some days ago, but every day amazes us even much more. And that's why I have a little list here about some of the places that we have visited on the last days, including places like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the King County, Space Needle, Pike Place Market, Amazon Spheres, and so much more. So I would love to know what so far has been your favorite place to visit.
For me, I think it was the University of Washington.
Oh, that was so good.
Uh, For me, I think that it was Amazon Spheres.
Amazon Spheres, and what about you, Laura?
I really like the Allen Institute for AI.
And what was your favorite thing about them?
I really like that they got to explain the different fields that they can work on, such as art, or even working on different robots to complete certain tasks. And yeah,
Oh, that is great. And regarding the University of Washington, what was the thing that you like gagged you the most?
it was, of course, the escape room that we do. It was like a very funny alternative way to learn more about misinformation and disinformation. So if you have the opportunity to go to the University of Washington, you have to do it and do the escape room.
Definitely. And what about you, Nancy?
My favorite thing there was the plants because they come from every part of the world, from Ecuador, from Peru, from Colombia, from another continent. And also, I really like to enjoy this time with the bananas, Nelson Spears, dancing, singing, and eating many bananas there.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with all of your responses. I think that we all enjoyed these last days on Seattle. And I would also like to know, just some days ago, we also went to cheer for the Huskies. What was your opinion to
Wow.
see this stadium from also the University of Washington?
For me, it was shocked because there was like a lot of people supporting just like university football, and also it was so cold. So I was just like freezing the entire game.
Yeah, it really was so cold. Um, we were in the highest part, I think, of the stadium, and we were watching the game. But it was so cold. But we were with our host family, safety, the majority of us, and we were eating, we were sharing culture, we were talking, we were buying some food, and it was a nice experience.
And talking about host families, each one of us have had a different experience with them, and they are all beautiful in their own ways. So, Laura, maybe you could tell us a little bit more about how has been your staying with your host family.
So it is a great opportunity to get immersed in the culture and different activities that they do because it's different from our countries. It may not be super different, but certain things or little things are it varies. So it's interesting to get to know how the culture varies between different countries and also with the other students from Peru and Ecuador. We got to notice that as well.
Yes, that is completely amazing. Furthermore, in our last minutes on air, I would like to know because there are many people who truly don't know what is digital literacy, or at least what is digital literacy for you.
Okay, for me, I think digital literacy, sorry, is all these things that help the human or maybe us to share and maybe like be more listening to share opportunities or volunteers, this type of program to share our problems or maybe do advocacy and this radio. Yeah, it's just like a tool where we can just be humans but in a different medium.
Exactly. So, yeah, after all, digital literacy is not only about recognizing fake and true news, but it is about everything that we do on the media, every
Yeah.
content that we share, everything that we are looking at our streams. All that is regarding about digital literacy. So, I would just love to get some final comments about we are here not only because of our application process of our projects, but after all, because of that desire that we have to make something good for our communities. And this question is the last one that I want to ask is, what motivates you to do advocacy? What motivates you to do the things that you are doing at the moment?
Actually, I strongly believe that it was my whole community, my Peruvian people. They push me to get in here and I'm learning many things about digital literacy, how to use the social media, how to involve in this kind of scholarships, and how to really help more people, because that's the main idea of this program. And I truly believe that when I will return, and I know that all of us will return to our countries, we will have the biggest project in our career.
What about you, Dana?
I think for me, my motivation is my family, but especially I think the Black community in my country, because I think especially in my community or in my family, we were like doing a very big social mobilization. So I would like to share this opportunity to the Black teenagers and the Black kids, so they can also like advance in their countries and be more aware about what is happening around the world.
And Laura?
Well, for me, it's my community, to make them feel like they're listened to and that there's someone that cares for them.
What about you, Mika?
Well, I think that most in anything is my project is related specifically about education. There are many people, not only in Peru, but all around Latin America and the globe in general, that do not get access to education. They cannot be the leaders, the future generations, politicians, doctors, engineers, or anything, because they do not get access to those tools that they need. And that is the thing that motivates me the most. I want to be the person who can guarantee the access, or at least help them a little bit more, so that they can actually gain a good education. Because right now, sadly, education is a privilege more than it is a right. And that is what education is. And it is so wonderful to be right now in the Rainier Avenue Radio World, because we are able to spread education about digital literacy, about opportunities like this one. And I am also so thankful for you coming here and be with us, so we can all share this and spread this message of peace, of love, and of course, of misinformation and so much fun. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. And we hope you enjoyed this section of today's radio. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not hearing men compare women to residential real estate, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to
Generational
say.
wealth, as of right now, it feels very inequitable given the identities that you have versus if you are a person of color or not. To me, for this generation, I'm going to have to work really, really hard for intergenerational wealth to develop, especially with the economic system that Seattle's in right now, more than ever. Having been a Seattleite as well, I hope that we can talk about it more, and glad that this conversation is starting and to consider thinking about it more as a person of color and coming from an immigrant background as well.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Create your generational wealth for you and the future of your families.
The beat of the Fox with nastiness is back on K-Fox Night Beat.
Yo, what's the deal? It's the legendary Hall of Fame DJ Mixmaster Ice from UTFO.
What's up? Who you thought this is? This is Sir Mix-a-Lot.
And this is Terry Lewis.
And I'm Grand Mixer GMS.
What's up, y'all? This is DJ Third Degree.
This is JJ Hudson from the High Children family.
Sunday nights from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's K-Fox Night Beat with DJ Nastiness.
Bringing back the memories.
Bringing back the memories.
Bringing Seattle's hottest music.
bringing Seattle's hottest music. Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
That's my noise. Peace.
Welcome to the Fitness Corner. I'm your host, Mark Bryant, and you're going to get a whole total body workout on my show, starting off with a warm-up, aerobics, strength training, cool down, and stretching every Friday from 11:30 to 12 right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Did you know that there's an updated COVID-19 booster that protects you even more than the original vaccines? Even if you got the first vaccinations, now it's time to get this new updated booster shot. It's especially important for adults 50 and over and people with a compromised immune system. Even though you may not hear about people catching COVID as often, each week in King County, some people even end up in the hospital because of it. So check with your loved ones and make sure they've gotten an updated booster. For more information on where to get a COVID vaccine, including free vaccination resources, visit kingcounty.gov/vaccines. kingcounty.gov/vaccines.
You are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio,
your community radio station.
One, and you are on.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're feeling great. We are really happy and so excited to be here. So first, let's introduce yourselves because you are wondering, like, who are these girls? So we are from the On-Demand Youth Leadership Program. It's a really good program to know more about leadership skills and about digital literacy. And I have these two wonderful women with me. So I'm going to let Rosa and Daniela to introduce themselves.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Daniela. I'm from Barranquilla, Colombia. I'm 17 years old. I'm a young leader and very interested in education. So that's the reason I am currently working on a project with children and with people, trying to teach them things like math or languages because they didn't have like that access to education or a very good education.
Okay, hi, my name is Rosa. I am from Cusco, Peru. I consider also a leader. I am working in Peru in a non-profit organization that calls Good Tachi, in English, Good Education. And we provide free educational classes to young people who want to learn Quechua, that is the second most spoken language in Peru, and also in English.
And my name is Juliana Sierra. I am also from Barranquilla, Colombia. And I think we three are really interested in education topics because my project is also related with mental health education and teaching to teenagers and like misinformation and disinformation around mental health topics. So I think we can talk about like a huge amount of topics that we have been like experiencing since we are here in the United States. But I think one of the biggest difference that we have noticed, it's like the recycling culture that here are like, it's really important. So like, tell us more about that.
Well, since we've been here in the United States, we have seen this culture about recycling and that people have like 3 different types of trash to throw the garbage in. And it's really amazing because they live in a more sustainable world. And in Colombia, we don't see that kind of culture. Like we have the opportunity to see this kind of trash and to, throw the garbage in it and classify. But the culture and, how the people have been educated doesn't let them like, use them in a correct way to live in a more sustainable world.
Yes, for me it was exactly when I arrived here, I was like in shock because the culture is so different. And in Peru is similar. We don't know where to trash the garbage. And it's also similar than Colombia.
Yeah, I think it's a really big problem that we have in Latin America. We don't have this culture of recycling and like use our trash to do like better things. So this is a really big problem. And big problems also it has really big questions. So my question for you is like, what strategies do you think we should like start to apply in our countries to like start this culture of recycling and like composting? So, what strategies?
I think we first have to start in education, educating citizens in these different kind of Latin American countries, because that's the point when we should start to teach like young children and even adults how to recycle and how to like live in this sustainable way to improve our environment.
Yes, we have to start since kindergarten. We have to start with kids and how they know about that. And I think that similar.
Yeah, education it's the main issue. Like if we start educating our children, our kids, our families about these topics, we can make a really big change in the world. So like also I have noticed that in our countries we have a lot of problems with education, and like the main issue is access to education. There's a lot of kids who cannot go to schools, or that doesn't have good teachers, or that also have to go to like really amazing adventures every day just to go to school. So tell us more about how is that in Colombia?
Well, I think in Colombia there's especially a division between education in rural zones and in urban zones. So I think in rural zones, some teenagers, some children don't have like a very good education compared to urban zones, and for that reason, they almost most of them like don't finish school, or when they finish high school, they don't go to a university. So they just start working uh, in that moment because they don't feel like they have like a good education, or at least they don't have like the opportunity to transport very well, or the universities are too far away from them. So it's really hard for them to get like a really good education and a really good access.
Yeah. How is that in Peru?
In Peru, an example that I could say you is that my grandmother had to walk a lot to go to the school. And I think in the indigenous parts of Peru, they have to walk a lot and they don't have shoes. So they have to walk like 3-4 hours to go to the school and then to uh, back to the school, to their home. And it's a sad that it happens in Peru.
Yeah, I think in a lot of rural spaces in Latin America, like the all these parts that are not like cities, they have lack of human rights. Like they cannot access to electricity, to drinkable water, and to like a lot of things that for us is normal. I think we should like start to realize that, and we should like to like start to be more aware, to make changes, to be trying to let these children to have more opportunities. So what do you think we should do to like educate these kids and give them more opportunities?
I think we have to improve our government, because we can do this by ourselves. Like if I go to rural places and start to teach children, it's not enough. Sometimes the government have to do something and make some strategies to solve these problems, because they don't have access to pure water, they don't have access to internet, they don't have access to a good way of living. So we should start by changing our government, or living or choosing the right people.
And I think that we must invest in education. We have to provide more education for poor kids or for indigenous people in Peru and all in Latin America.
So talking about opportunities, also I think one of the biggest lie that we have here in Latin America is that in United States we cannot find rubber. We are not going to be rubber in any place, but here in Rainier Avenue in Rainier Avenue radio station, the last week we came here and they actually told us about like a lot of stories of people who have been robbed here. So I want to talk about that insecurity. How is the insecurity in your countries?
Well, in Colombia is a really serious problem, especially because you have to keep your personal things like really high for people not to rob you. Your cell phone, you have to keep them very high. because if you take them out like in a place where there's a lot of people, you can give up or pickpocket. You can see that a lot in Colombia, in general in Latin American countries. So insecurity is a big problem, especially when you also work at night. It's like most probably to happen. So it's something that we have to work on.
In the case of Peru, I would like to talk about my city, that is Cusco. I consider Cusco a safety place when you can walk in the night and nothing will happen you. And in Lima, that is the capital of Peru, there are a lot of insecurity, and in the zones like the police don't go, and there are a lot of people that.
That's really good to hear, because I think we have like this stereotype, and like in every city in Latin America, it's so dangerous that you cannot go in the street because they are going to rob your cell phone and everything. So that's really good to hear that there are actually some cities that are really good to be and that are really, really safe. So like in Colombia, for example, what is doing right now the government to like improve the security in the streets?
So I believe that at least in Barranquilla, the government has been, telling the police officers to establish like in a neighborhood and to keep like walking around to see if something happens, if there's a robber, and just to call immediately to get to do something about it and catch the robber. So these are like some strategies that they are doing to improve our security, but sometimes it's not enough. So we have to, also invest in security because it's a big problem, at least in Barranquilla, and I think in other cities in Colombia.
And I have heard that like some other cities in Peru also are a little bit dangerous. So what is the government doing right now to like improve security?
They are investing more in police cars that they drive, and they are like people, and they have a lot of cameras in the streets or in a lot of places.
That's really good. And I think like one of the main issues of the complete topic is education. So that's really good to know. Thank you so much for being so aware and like for being so interested of the problems that we have been talking. Thank you so much. We are really, really so excited for this opportunity.
Rainier Avenue Radio. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth is knowledge, whether knowing how to heal yourself from plants, knowing how to stretch your body right, and knowing what to do when you need to take time or space to get to know yourself and to grow as a person. And knowledge is something that can be passed down from your abuelitas to your mom and just to all the knowledgeable, powerful women in my lineage, at least.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Create your generational wealth for you and the future of your families.
This is Brenda Charles Edwards, host of Seniors Matter. Join me every week to get information on activities and issues that impact the lives of older adults and their families. That's Seniors Matter every week on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Wash your hands, don't touch your face, wipe things down, clean up your space. When you cough and sneeze, do responsibly. If you feel you're getting ill, isolate at home and chill. No, you're not alone. Please pick up your phone and call 206-477-3977. King County 206-477-3977. Public Health 206-477-3977. King County 206-477-3977. Public Health Community Radio Station will provide you with more information. Say Rainier Avenue Radio. Your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio.
I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time, and when I'm not hearing men compare women to residential real estate, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Ow, he's a blitz. Ow.
Here with the Rainier Avenue Radio traffic update. You can listen to us in your car 24/7 anytime by downloading the free TuneIn app. Once you do, search Rainier Avenue Radio. And remember, do not curse out. This has been your Rainier Avenue Radio traffic update.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to
How
say.
does generational wealth play into my family, my family's history, my children? What am I doing for my children to perhaps build them more wealth? I think it goes both ways, because for many immigrant families who are laboring constantly to live, your children are raised a certain way. Your children adopt certain values, which then will become their life and how they live it. When I see folks that perhaps have copious generational wealth, I see a whole different mindset, different ways of treating people. And I see it in my own children too. I feel like a lot of those values, in a lot of ways, begin to get lost when you don't have to work so hard to
This
live.
campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Rainier Avenue Radio presents All Music, All Day Saturday. Music, all day Saturday. This is Edwin Bailey, Bulldog Blue, Jazz from the Cabinets.
That's right. It's time once again for Jazz from the Cabinets with Big Poppy.
Star Time.
Thanks for tuning in. My name is Paul Pearson. This is Star Time.
Saturdays, all music, all day. Reggae Hour, K-Fox Night.
You looking for the perfect beat? Yeah, it's the beat of the box.
Fresh Juice with D-Money in the group.
Myself, D-Money.
Nice Eyes Patron.
Taylor Hart.
This is Spencia, the Northwest Rap Gang.
DJ Medina. Chad Cheddar. Northwest Rap Gang.
Sergio Lacour's Love Line.
It's Sergio's Love Lines with Sergio LaCour. Going to the phone line. Tell her who we talking.
Sea Monster Radio. Mo Jams is your jam.
We're live. Welcome to Mojo Mondays. This is KZ of KZ Music Media. Caller Goddess for Mojo Mondays.
Just my opinion. God is inspiration all day and all night. Saturdays on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Women are not an homogenous group. We face discrimination differently depending on factors such as ethnicity, age, socioeconomic status, and more.
Rainier Avenue Radio is proud to amplify women's voices.
They are the experts of their own lives, initiating conversations within their community about challenges they face, the solutions they're working on, and the opportunities they see.
Please join us this Sunday from 2 to 5 for Women's Voices on Air. We know our challenges. We are the experts of our lives.
We are master multitaskers, prioritizing our family,
friends, and our faith above our own needs.
Our needs and voices are too often overlooked.
Please join us this Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. for Women's Voices on Air.
We tell our stories in our own way.
You know you can't get enough of Rainier Avenue Radio. .world.
Welcome back to Rainier Avenue Radio .world. It's me, Tony B. And, well, I don't think you can see everybody. Julian, can you make that adjustment so we can get everybody in this shot here? This is an impromptu. We've got like 3 minutes left. Thank you. There we all are. Everybody wave. So this was an incredible program, and these young folks did an awesome job of explaining their positions and their thoughts. What was this experience like? And I'm just going to pass the mic for you to be able to be on the air and do this in a short amount.
Hi, I'm really happy to be here. This wasn't a special opportunity to talk to you and also to be heard. So I'm really glad I'm here. Thank you so much.
Well, it was a great opportunity to get to practice public speaking. So that's a skill that we have to develop as leaders. And yeah, it was fun.
It was a great opportunity for us to be here and to learn new things because we have lots of people surrounding us that know a lot of things that can help us.
Yeah, it was too a great experience to share about a lot of things about the program, about us, about the project that we made. So yeah, it was a very good opportunity, and thank you, Tony, for inviting us.
Yeah, sure. This was actually a really, really great opportunity to learn more about the media, specifically the radio, and to share about the scholarship and to share to you the real idea of this program, that is digital literacy.
Yeah, definitely. So in a space like this, we were able to actually share what's happening not only in our communities, but what are our ideas for helping them. We are not only talking about AI or digital literacy or the program, but specifically about how will we, thanks to the opportunity that we just had here at Rainier Radio Avenue, we will be actually changing our communities and with our experience to spread this message to many more people around Latin America.
For me, it was a great opportunity to share about interesting topics with you, as well as to learn important skills that undoubtedly we will be using in our way to become leaders.
Personally, for me, it was very interesting to hear what everybody had to say because everybody had different topics to talk about. And I think it's very important for you all to know about these topics.
Thank you for listening a little bit of our communities, and thank you also for listening about what we want to share for you.
For me, it was a great opportunity to practice our speaking and also to see how you work as a team.
Yeah, I think it was such a great opportunity to practice public speaking and also to make our voices heard. So that's amazing that a radio station can do that.
And for me, this was an amazing opportunity to connect with some young folks from Latin America. Our diverse South Seattle community speaks over 70 different languages and 100 different dialects. And so to be able to provide this type of opportunity to a group of young folks was just amazing. And I learned as much, hopefully, as they did by listening to their stories and what they were sharing. And so we're almost out of time here. It's me, Tony B, on behalf of everyone who is here today. Remember, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you cannot, you are probably right. We're out. Peace. Goodbye.
Thank you.